I think my biggest takeaway was the evidence that we have that you could how quickly you could flip this thing, right? Kentucky is in the Sweet 16, and I believe this is from Matt Norlander or CBS Sports, their research department, but they are
Right.
the first team to bring back exactly 0 points scored from the last year's team and then make the NCAA tournament. Completely flipped, right? You have uh, BYU completely flipped. New head coach Kevin Young got them into the Sweet 16. You have Arkansas completely flipped. Brand new head coach got them into the Sweet 16. You have Dusty May, Michigan, completely flipped. They brought back two role guys, but completely flipped, and they're in the Sweet 16. If you have a guy that can coach and you build the roster the right way, you can do it in a year. You can turn yourself into a national contender, a Final Four contender in a year. If you get to the Sweet 16, you are a Final Four contender. T.O., all you got to do here, you got to win 2 games in a weekend. You got
Yep.
to win a 4-team NTE. That's all you got to do, and you'll be able to be in the Final Four.
I think it gets back to like you have one storyline too is part of the old guard and the new guard coming in too, right? Like Shire coming in, Kevin Young, who's put up two really good coaching performances.
Wow.
Chris Beard at Ole Miss, Izzo, like that's a great point. And then Calipari just kind of find a way to hang around.
But to me, the number one first year job storyline right now is Big Blue Nation.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yes.
Kentucky. It's Kentucky getting there. It's Kentucky losing Jackson Robinson, who we thought could be the alpha. I remember sitting with Mark Fox last summer at the TBT, and I said, 10 seconds on the clock, who's taking the shot? He said, we got a couple guys who can do it, but it's going to be Jackson Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't on the floor.
Mm.
He ain't on the floor. Kurt Kriisa, goodbye. You took some losses in January, February. At one point on this podcast, T.O., you and I said, yeah, a tournament win maybe, and then we'll go from there. We'll see. Well, the fact is, they came out and did what the past couple of years Kentucky teams couldn't do. And that performance against Illinois, they guarded Illinois. They did guard Illinois. Illinois turned the ball over 14 times, but you gotta defend, and Kentucky held them in check from the perimeter, and they made Yakachonis work for everything he got. 2 of 9 from three. But you couple that with Kobe. Right now, Kentucky walks into the building, Rob, with the best shooter involved in the game.
Mm-hmm.
If Kobe Brea turns it on and Otego Away is in that mode, Amari Williams does things you can't teach. How about his line against Illinois? 8 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 blocks. And Lamont Butler is unafraid because he's come up clutch before in this tournament. Mark Pope did the thing in year one when he got hired. People said, what can we expect? Our answer was a lot of energy, but we're not totally sure. They're in the Sweet 16. And why not? They've beaten Tennessee twice. Why can't they beat them a third time? Why can't they? They're in a pot like Houston's really good. Purdue's good, but Houston, I think, gets past Purdue. If there's one team offensively that on their best day could give a Houston defense some issues, a team like Kentucky's capable of having that type of day. And Big Blue Nation's going to be traveling to Indianapolis. I
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I am super intrigued.
There
Kentucky gets to San Antonio. Wow.
are watch out,
Wow.
watch out. That fan base will you won't be able to tell them anything ever again.